Oh, I'm crying.
Hello,
The
we are
siege is
here.
gone. Oh God.
Everybody get up. It's time to...
All right, DMCA
Pharma.
speedrun. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. We're here, and I don't know what else to say about that. Last week we had what I thought was a very calm, collective session until things went sideways. The group went ahead and started finding shelter. They found a office building of some kind, and they decided to lock the doors and make sure that no one else was there. As soon as the rest of the party went upstairs, Zerat and Freedom 11 both saw some individuals walking up and started banging on the door to try to get in, and Zerat's like, you know what? They need help. So they decided to open up the doors while the rest of the floors were being cleared. Some of the people went to the basement. Some people stayed on the first floor. After the rest of the building was cleared, you guys heard a loud explosion coming from the basement. Zerat and Thrawn both went downstairs to take a look and see what happened, and there was just gore everywhere, and a large blast on the safe that was in the basement. After some time and discussing with a unknown voice that Thrawn was conversing with, eventually found out that it was one of the three Sheeran-like individuals that found themselves huddled into the side or in the corner of one on the first floor, saying that they would help them, but there is a chain of respect that goes through most of the people on this planet. As the conversations were being had, some of the individuals of this party decided to go downstairs and check out the vault and get a closer look. After some very good hacking done by Otto, they opened up the safe vaults and noticed a lot of metal bars, which, come to find out, were highly radiated. Not that a certain member of the party read these warnings multiple times in papers and then crumpled them up and threw them in the corner of the room, but one of the individuals got some radiation poisoning. Fun fact, there is a difference between radiation poisoning and radiation sickness. Did quite a bit of research here. Denver, you suffer from radiation poisoning.
Yes.
But because you got out so quickly, it does not linger as badly as radiation sickness does. You have to stay in radiation for quite a few moments before it sits in and you develop radiation sickness. So you are just currently radiation poisoned. As soon as you move away from it, after a round, it sort of goes away. So you're not. It's not as dire as we thought it was.
So I'm fine then.
You are going to be fine in a few moments as you sit down. Me and Donnie did some very good research on the differences between poisons and radiation and sickness and
They're not going to be fine. They're still poison.
right, but it's not radiation sickness.
So am I dying or not?
Yeah, that's a real emotional.
I mean,
roller
we're all
coaster.
dying. All of us.
Everyone's dying, just not as.
That's an answer to this question. Sure.
What were you on the
It's
poison
time.
track?
They were the second tier on the Constitution poison track, not the disease track because it is separate.
So you'll stay that way till after you rest a few days.
Yes.
So I'm impaired then.
I believe that is correct for the poison track.
For the Constitution, poison track, healthy, weakened, impaired, debilitated, unconscious.
You are
May I make an argument?
weakened. You're because you're healthy. You went down one, so you are weakened. You're
Okay.
not into impaired
Perfect. Make it sure.
Are they not always impaired? The substances.
No, because drugs and poisons are two different
Yeehaw.
set of rules.
I tried.
You
Uh,
tried.
I
It
appreciate
tried
you.
so
Thanks, Daddy.
hard.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got
That was it.
not very
I
far at
even-
all.
it's two
I even
separate
did the
tracks
left.
that Denver consistently has to keep track of.
But in the end, it didn't.
But they're
even matter.
racers, so they're good at all tracks. No,
Exactly.
Okay, I'm done.
True.
I'm the
Exactly.
best. I'm the best at tracks. That's just
Anyway,
what we
back
know.
to the recap. You guys began to warn the individuals inside, and everyone began to leave. And the other group decided to follow the head dogs, the top dogs, if you will. The Vlaka, excuse me. But the Sheeran individuals waited off to the side of the road and had you guys come in with them into this smaller looking building. A few moments later, Zurat got a mind message saying a weapon has been activated, destroy it. And as you guys got settled in to your new place of comfort, you guys heard a loud as you guys saw a large claw dig itself into the road in front of your abode. As it then continued to go on, you guys heard some loud destruction down the street from where you guys came from. And that is where we will pick up tonight's episode.
Oh shit!
Exactly. Good reaction.
Just gotta
I
get
don't
in the
know how
mood.
much. I don't know how much we can help against that.
I mean,
Take
I can just
shelter.
shoot magic missile at it until it dies.
Zero. Zero is the answer to the amount that we can
Yes.
help against that.
Now,
I'm
not for
So,
nothing.
don't do anything about that.
The big giant claw?
Yeah.
No, we're good. That's
I mean,
There you
that might be some good eating. It's-
Before even looking at this thing, I'm gonna run to some sort of shelter, cover, or something.
I thought we were already in the building.
You guys are currently in the
Yeah.
building, yes.
Okay.
It is a single floor. There is no upstairs or downstairs. But a lot of the windows were like broken, so you guys were able to go ahead and like open the door from the inside and leave. But it looks like it was attempted to be boarded up, but it was not done very successfully. You guys can search around the interior. It was unable to tell exactly what sort of business or whatever was inside of this at one point, but you can sort of tell that there was a reception area. It looks like the table, the reception desk that was pushed up to the door was moved over to the side, so it's towards the front of the building. But other than that, there's like a couple of desks that are sort of pushed off to the back. There's no paperwork or anything. But other than that, it is pretty empty and cleared out. There is the floor is relatively wet, like there was snow that blew in and then melted. But other than that, you guys are pretty clear. The sun is going down. You guys still do have some sunlight, but it's not a whole lot that's left. But it is beginning to warm up. Last that was left off, it is negative 30 degrees, which was negative compared to negative 40 when you guys got there roughly about an hour prior.
Do we need to worry about the cold? Because
Windows.
our environmental protections only go to minus 20.
Yeah, so you guys would still need to worry about the environmental protection as of right now. But depending on how much it warms up as the evening goes on, you guys may be able to turn that off later. But as of right now, you still need it.
But what about the cold damage? If the temperature's minus 30, then our environmental protections aren't doing anything for us.
Right. So there is still going to be times where it's still so. It is not quite hit. It's like outside of the bubble was negative 40. The wind and stuff is starting to blow in, so it's not gotten to that point yet of being that absolute coldness that the rest of the planet experience. It's starting to come into it, but it hasn't quite reached that far yet. You guys are currently underneath still that -20 barrier that you have to worry, or above that -20 that you guys have to worry about. So, as of right now, you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
I was just doing a little bit of reading
Mhm.
on like the Constitution poison tracker.
Yes.
That's real mean.
Yeah, it's no joke to be poisoned.
Yep, poisons in this game are dumb.
Yeah, you should see diseases.
Diseases are even worse.
Yeah.
Radiation poisoning.
Yeah. No, because right now, weakened. Victim takes a -2 penalty on fortitude saves, constitution checks, and constitution-based DCs. Every time the victim attempts a fortitude save against the poison, whether they succeed or fail, they lose hit points as per initial exposure. What
Okay,
the hell?
But you're not
Ow.
poisoned anymore.
I
You're
am,
cured, but you're still
I'm
weakened.
not cured though, am I?
You don't have to take any more checks.
Yeah, you don't have to make
But-
any more saves because you moved outside of the radiation area. You are still in that weakened
Okay.
state until you get a couple days of rest, but you are no longer suffering from the actual poison itself. You are just tired from the exposure that you received.
Okay, so last question, and then I'll be out of the way with the mechanics here. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So this is the game.
So I had to override my health down to 15 from 22 because it was max health damage. Am I just stuck at 15 now?
No, so once you go ahead and rest, it will go ahead and
And go back
Fill
up.
back
Okay. Perfect. Making sure.
you're good. As you guys wait, longer and longer inside of this, you hear the destruction continue for a few more moments.
I want to look out a window.
Okay.
Peek. Out
Go
a
ahead and
window. Be
roll.
very-
Go ahead and roll stealth if you're trying to be stealthy, and then go ahead and roll perception if you're trying to perceive.
I would also like to look out the window.
Do the same
I
if
wanna
you're trying to
keep-
be stealthy.
I would like to look
the
at the
people.
window.
Okay. Go ahead and
I
roll
got a
perception as well.
6 stealth.
Okay.
I want to board up the other windows.
Okay.
Have like a peepee hole, in one.
A peepee
A
hole.
A
peepee hole?
peeking.
It's for both.
There we go.
It's
You
for
roll
both
something
things,
else.
okay?
Oh
We're
my
multitasking.
God.
A
The
peepee
glory
hole
hole.
is very
You gotta have
different.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's out of my control now, Chad. I try to keep a lid on it. It's
There it is!
It's
there
gone.
it is!
I did-
Glory hole!
I
It's
did the
here!
best.
Day, okay?
I did the
It is
best I can.
Thursday.
Thursday.
22.
Wow.
Perception.
22 on the perception.
Just moving past that.
Some glide. Right past that.
I got a 20
as
to
possible.
inspect this glory hole. No, I mean,
The glass. The glass.
I mean,
the window.
the window. You do notice that
the window hole. I
the
mean,
window was smashed outward. You do look past the window, and there is glass on the other side, on the exterior of the building. Everyone else who was looking outside, did anyone not get above a 15?
I got 16 on stealth, but I only got 12 on perception.
I'm not looking outside.
Everyone who was looking outside.
I got a 23 on my perception with an 18 on stealth.
Everyone who's sort of like Three Stooges looking out this window, looking up. You guys see a very large looking insect. You see the large claw that's sort of digging its way into where you guys were currently, like where you guys were hiding out at. That building's been completely demolished. And one of the arms that this thing is walking on, which is 6 of them, by the way, is roughly about 20 stories tall.
It's a scarab from Halo.
More or less. Except, live and Do
An
what?
In
actual
color.
scarab.
Exactly.
We should find a giant mech to fight it.
Exactly.
Mano y mano.
Don't worry, I got it.
This will take me some
Is that a
time,
working
but
ship?
Mecho y mano.
You guys do see that there are some groups of individuals running out and shooting up at this thing. You just see like the laser sort of bouncing off of the hide of this creature as it just sort of literally just takes one of its arms and just sort of waves at the building that they're on top of and just knocks over the entire building, smashing into another. The gunfire then stops, and the thing continues to literally just take its front two legs and just pound into the building over and over again, until eventually you see it sort of step away from the hole that it now created, as the very bottoms of the claw where it would stand on is just bone from the amount of radiation that it was sort of enduring to go and make sure that whatever this was taken care of.
So are they subject to radiation disease?
We don't know.
Well, they're on the track.
Yeah, they're on the.
No, they've got a -2 to constitution.
It's all
Gotta
con
give 'em a
and
few more times.
fortitude.
Exactly.
Just
But it's a different track. It's for bugs.
Yeah.
Then they're dead.
Yeah.
I'm
Same
sorry.
color
Is
adapted.
radiation not just radiation has raid in it?
Mhm.
It has
So
to be.
like,
Oh, it has to be
Or-
rad,
So-
right?
But you know,
There's
the
lots of
spider raid-
shadowy legends going
Right.
there's lots of
Spider
shadowy
raid,
legends.
yeah.
and
Right.
poisonous.
Shadow Legends.
But also, if we notice
Bugs
anything
for-
from Spider-Man, radioactive bugs don't die, so they just keep moving on.
What you're saying is I have Spider-Man powers now. I'm sorry
if
for
you get bit-
derailing the whole campaign.
If you get bit by it, maybe you also
No,
might
you-
just die.
the risk I'm willing to
Hold,
take.
hold my
I think
beer.
we should-
Right. Donnie's like, hold on, I have 84 other vanguards. This one could take the loss.
It's my test one.
Right. But you guys see it walking on the 4 other legs, and then 2 that are sort of melted down to the bone as it begins to head on back to out of sight because it
Reality.
goes
Back
behind
to
outside
reality.
of
Oop.
vision of other buildings that would be blocking the view.
There goes gravity.
Yep.
Oop, there goes 0G. I look up those rules now.
What would you guys like to do?
Probably cry.
Josh, I'm gonna let you
Reaction, I
guess
think.
what Otto wants to do.
Throw a grenade at it.
Yes. Happy.
Run security.
Climb up to the top of the building and shoot everything.
Boom! Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to pull security.
Okay. You watch the
Uh,
front door and the windows that are currently being boarded up by
Have you ever-
11.
Is that a perception check?
Yeah.
Freedom. Do your eyes work yet?
Did you
Let's
update the
see.
drivers?
It's such a weird question if you don't know.
Roar.
that
If you didn't watch
Freedom's
last
an
week's
android.
episode, make sure you go before. It's a long story.
Why?
16
Download
on
the Freedom
security.
11. Don't worry about
16 on perception.
Security.
the security.
It should. I should have made that my professionalism.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still can.
Profession bouncer.
Yeah, you still can.
Perfect. You're making sure to watch everything that it looks good. What does everyone else want to do? Are you guys sort of wanting to stay here through the night? Do you guys want to?
We need to get warm, team.
Yeah, I wanted to
So-
go to the Sheeran whenever I had a chance.
Yeah, go. You go parlay. Everybody else, let's. We haven't swept this building out yet, so let's do that as well.
Well, we can start a fire, but we might need to be concerned about putting smoke signals up.
Let's make sure we're alone first.
It is really easy to look around. It is there's a couple of closets and a bathroom and a managerial office. Other than that, it is an open floor plan for this 1-story building you guys are currently in. Yes, Denver.
Hi. while we're talking about a plan here, is this a good time to let you know that I'm still not feeling good from that place with all the spooky bars in it?
Yeah, but Zerat, when you get a second, will you check them out? I would imagine it's just like probably withdrawals or something.
I'll do my best.
I ain't that much of a junkie. I'm around to have a good time.
Oh no,
But
I'm
you
sorry.
are somewhat of a junkie.
I meant withdrawals from flying.
That makes sense.
It's all the space math.
Hey, I may do a lot of drugs. Space meth ain't one of them, all right? Better than that.
Now heroin, that is one hell of a drug.
Can I roll either life science or medicine to know how radiation sickness works?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll either one of those. Just let me know which one you're rolling.
As a man of a culture that has probably dropped a couple of nuclear radioactive things on people, you probably might know.
It'd be both be 14.
Okay. Not exactly sure, unfortunately.
You need to visit those planets you bombed. You just
Yeah, you just dropped him and just sort of left.
I could look
Have a
into
good
it. if
All
you
they
want.
told us was stay away from the radiation.
Zerat, you are walking up to the three individuals. They're sort of sitting cross-legged in the corner, but they're not facing each other like they were the entire time that they were at the other building. They've sort of put their back against the wall, sat down. Their hands are folded over like this, and they are wearing very heavy, almost looks like some sort of fur coats that covers up their like entirety besides their head. And they just are sitting very relaxed, back straight, looking around. One, the interesting conversations that you are having as a group, as you guys also sort of just taking a peek outside.
Zerat will just kind of look at each one of them and then sit down as well, kind of mimicking their posture, and then telepathically to them just say, "Hello, my name is Zerat from the Pact Worlds."
Hello, Zerat from the Pact Worlds.
Can you hear the Swarm's broadcast as well?
Yes.
Well, then you know that we're in way over our heads. If there's activating nuclear bombs, we might have to find a more permanent shelter. Do you know of anywhere nearby?
Maybe at night when it warms. It is quite a bit of a walk, though. It's outside the city.
Do you think we have enough time to rest here and head out?
Yes, it should warm enough where you guys won't need your suits and the protection that they give. It should also melt away any traps that the swarm may have laid.
Okay, I will tell the others. And then Zerat will just awkwardly stand up.
The three of them sort of look
Leave.
at each other real awkwardly and just continue just to like close their eyes and begin to what looks like almost meditate.
Captain, do you have a second?
Yes, Zerat. What's up?
Well, the nuclear weapons I had mentioned earlier have been activated, and we might be in need of a more secure location to stay. The Sheeran know of a place and says we can move at nighttime when it is warmer. We won't need our environmental protections. We'll just have
Is
to
that
watch out for the swarm.
counterintuitive? Why do we know why it's warmer at night?
I felt that was a fair. That it's more his realm. It's just good information to know.
Rix, why is it warming up? Shouldn't it get colder at night?
27 life science. Beep, beep, beep.
Wow, 27 life science. I didn't
Wouldn't that be
even know that
physical
27 life science.
I can roll. It's the same either way. So
Yeah.
Ferrix, no, Drew, not.
I mean, everything that you've experienced, because I don't believe you have left the Pack worlds before. It could be of
Could
all
be
the
magic.
things. It could be a magical nature. It could also be something to do with the planet's core as the planet rotates. We're not exactly sure.
Well, so there's a couple things. So it could be geothermal in nature. Perhaps there is a chemical imbalance during the day when there's radiation from the sun. Uh, or perhaps it's magic. Who knows? Whatever.
Science.
Science.
Aliens.
We're all aliens.
I'm a bot.
Still an
te-
alien.
te-
You're all
Beep boop.
aliens.
technically not an alien. I'm just kind of a demon, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, on this planet, you're considered an alien.
You know what? Fair.
I'm a human.
Illegal alien.
A few more moments go by. It continues to warm. It is negative 18-ish degrees, and you guys no longer require your environmental protection. That being said, it's been 2 hours since you guys have left the ship, so please have someone or have everyone keep track of how long you have been using your environmental protection, as we are 2 hours down.
I mean,
What's the temperature outside?
Negative 18.
I think we still need environmental protection. It's pretty cold.
I guess, yeah, because environmental protection goes up to 20, right?
Yeah.
Up to, not like. it
Yeah, I was
kicks
gonna
in
say.
at
So
20.
realistically, like,
So we're not like negative 18, like, oh, thank goodness, finally. That's all day I've had to wear this. It feels so
Now we
good.
don't have to worry about cold damage if we use our
Refreshing.
environmental protection.
yeah, you're right. That's
Now
my
we're
bad.
finally barely warm enough.
I'm
Yeah.
just rolling in snow.
You guys are now comfortable because of your environmental protection. That's my bad.
Yeah.
So it's time to start the long trek to safety.
Yep. That's well put,
And we're
Freedom
just
11.
gonna
I'm-
trust these bug dudes.
Again, an accurate summation of the situation. I like you.
um,
I'm taking that 2 hours
The-
to call 10 minutes of that a short rest to get my stamina back.
The question here, the questioning of this call that I'm making here that you're feeling is normal. Everyone has it. But we're all still alive.
I'm rolling with it.
So, yeah, thanks. I
just
appreciate
got
it.
Here, I'll shoot things.
I just wanted to let you know that everybody goes through what you're going through. I am not
Extreme.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. I make very confusing decisions.
It just means you're
Eventually
part of the
will-
family.
And you're gonna learn the 2 key words around here, all right? Those 2 key words are ye and how, because sometimes it don't make sense, but you just gotta send it. Yeah. Rix, write that one down. That's a damn good one. That's a good one to understand and live by. Hell
Ye
yeah, I'm proud of
and
myself.
ha. Got it. Ye and ha.
That's-
Yeehaw!
Drop-
Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
Oh,
Yeehaw, guys! Yeehaw!
I look over at his
Ha,
journal
ha.
and I go, "Have you been writing yeet this whole time? I don't think it's yeet.
Well,
It's not yeet and ha."
That's-
Yeet and
that's
ha.
a
Yeah,
different
that's
no,
Yeet.
it's ye yee ha haw.
no. Like as you look at it, there's different variations of ye and ha, like in different orders. Maybe even like anagrammed around.
Oh man.
Yeet.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're getting it. It'll happen one day.
Why
I like
he?
Nope. Mm-mm. Colder.
That
was
Colder.
really-
You can't afford
I'm-
to get much colder on this planet.
We're not
Dry ice.
we're not making
dry
those
ice.
jokes just yet. It's too soon. We're still
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah.
You guys, as you guys are having this conversation, you guys do notice the 3 individuals sort of stand up, sort of like pop their neck a little bit, and then begin to look over to you, Thrawn, as a familiar voice. It is time to go. and they begin to head towards.
I
the
just
door.
repeat it. It is time to go, and I also head towards the door.
Wait, we just got here.
Yep. Nope. It's time to go.
But I was already setting out my bedroll, and
Clean it up. Let's go.
You
Come
brought
on.
a bedroll? Oh my gosh, you're so prepared.
yeah, I have like this huge backpack full of
We're,
like
we're snuggling
ropes
that tonight.
and like a bedroll. I can't actually. I have a tent in there too, so
I was just gonna make Otto keep me warm.
Oh,
Wouldn't be the
fine.
first time.
As you guys begin to head out, you guys continue out towards the exterior of the city. Overhead, you can now see. It looks like multiple individuals sort of flying through the air. And you hear
I'm
a
going-
very low sort of buzzing sound.
I'm definitely gonna arm myself.
'Kay.
As we are traveling.
Captain, I don't have any spells left except for one.
Okay. Do you need like a juice box or?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That'd
pull
be
out a juice
nice.
box.
And
and I,
naps.
I always have a juice box ready for Rick's. It's my last one, but here you go.
if there's juice boxes to go around,
And, and like
I would partake.
I try to get some, but it's frozen. And I'm like, oh, I
Sorry,
forgot.
should have put that in my. That's my bad.
It's
It's a
okay.
popsicle. I'm sure that's
You
refreshing.
tried. You tried. Oh, that's a good idea. And I try to rip it off. And
Maybe we should
you
keep our
get, like,
voices down.
one lick in and your tongue freezes to the. As you guys continue
it's
down
just
the street-
dangling
exactly.
from my.
As you guys continue down the street, you begin to see more and more individuals in the air. The buzzing gets louder and louder. You guys exit the city, and you just notice it is a completely open landscape.
We don't see any thing in the horizon.
Not over in
About
that
to get
direction, at
real
least.
windy, huh?
Where are we going, Thrawn?
That's a great question. Where are we going, friends?
The pilot leading us to shelter.
Yep, they're leading us to shelter. I'm asking where exactly.
He takes
a
his
good
hand
thought.
and sort of points over. And you guys do see what looks like a. It's not necessarily like a mountain, but a large hill that is off in the distance.
Are they Sheeran or hobbits?
Or ants.
Ooh.
Thrawn, you hear in your head, "We're going to that ridge, and we're neither. We are Zool."
They are Zool,
That's gonna be
and I
XUL.
people like that may know what the fuck that is. Like, if you know what the fuck that is, you should let me know what's going on here, because flying by the seat of my pants.
Can I culture check on that?
You cannot. You can life science that.
Do I have life science?
Ooh, I got 23.
23.
If on Hephaestus, if neither little circles are filled in, that means I don't got it, right?
That is correct.
All right, then I don't got it. I got skills. I have.
Are we all rolling life science?
If
or...
anyone who would like to roll, Thrawn sort of like, hey, this is
can.
they are Zool, but they sort of look around to see
Zool.
like anyone understand.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural. Okay.
I got a 26.
I do think you can do knowledge checks untrained, but only if the DC is less than 10.
Yeah, it is not. Anyone with a 20 or higher has heard of the Zool in some capacity or another. They are a off branch of the Sheeran, but they burrow a lot of times. A lot of their communities are subterranean. So take that as well. They do have a small fly speed, but a lot of Zool sort of keep that as a last resort and typically do not like to flex their wings if they do not have to.
In what capacity would I've heard of them? Would it just a normal people, or is there like some bad history?
No, I mean they
Defense.
were part of the swarm, similar to the Sheeran. But when the Sheeran broke away, they were more or less part of the Sheeran that then broke away from the Sheeran, to sort of become their own group of individuals. So
I just need to know if I needed to be prejudiced against them or not.
nope. I mean you're
Damn.
prejudicing at Sheeran, so maybe, but no, but there's no like bad history between like the Zool and anyone else. And they've only been like their own individual like group of individuals after the gap.
I'll share that knowledge. I've heard of the Zool. They're maybe a subrace of the Sheeran. So take that what it is.
Great.
They're not part of the swarm, as far as I know.
That's then they're very kind apparently because they're just going to lead us to safety. So this is great for us.
If
You've
you
no
think they're
reason not to trust
trustworthy,
I glance around at the barren
Eyeball
landscape
attack.
behind me, and then I glance at the destroyed town, and I look back at Domino. And I go, "Yep, they're trustworthy."
at least we'll see what's coming.
As you guys continue on, one of the individuals will speak to you again, Thrawn. Roughly about a 3-hour hike to our destination.
How long does that give our environmental protections? I'll check my gauge.
You said only 2 hours, right?
Right, and then 3 hours, so 5 hours of environmental protection will be used. As you guys
We have level days, right?
Level
Like
days.
Yeah,
days
level
equal to the
days.
level of
the armor.
the armor. Okay.
As you guys get to about 3 hours go by, as you guys are getting further and further away from the city, you can sort of see how much was actually destroyed, as the city almost looks like half the size of what it was beforehand. There was large tall buildings, now nothing really more than maybe 6 stories is left in the building or in the city. The tall spire that held the ship has now been knocked over. You do see a large swarm ship that is still hovering in the just at the cusp of the atmosphere, but you guys can still see it as that large. And over the city, almost it looks like a black cloud, but it is heavily moving as it shifts from one part of the city to the other. You guys begin to come up to this hill-like structure as the Zool get to the hill and sort of wave their hand. And as they wave their hand, you see the snow sort of move across, and a door is there. They begin to open the door. And at this point, it is 10 degrees. So you guys are no longer sub-zero weather. But you guys go ahead and enter in, and it is beginning to get significantly warmer. As you guys do see, there is multiple torches that are lit up. There is a large, what almost looks like a metal fire pit sort of in the middle of the room. It's not been lit yet, but there is there. As they walk over, and one of the Sheeran sort of snap, or one of these Zools sort of snap at the fire as a small red orb leaves their hand and hits the logs that were sort of built up there, and then fire begins to appear. The other Zool goes ahead and shuts the door after you guys all have entered, and they begin to sit around the fire. It's very well decorated. A lot of tapestry, a lot of very ornate pillows, artwork and stuff on the walls. Even though the inside, it looks like more of a log cabin on the inside. Looks like it like into the hill, and then there's like just wood everywhere as part of the walls and the floor. The only thing that seems metal is sort of the rim of this fire pit. Zool will look over to you, Thrawn, and tell him, please, enjoy the warmth. But I think Thrawn might be frozen.
Frozen, but can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
All right.
It's a magic trick.
No, y'all are frozen.
Uh-oh.
That's never a good sign.
Pudding.
Processing.
Try turning it off and turning it back on again.
Pudding.
I think the next step down that is impaired, and that's followed by death.
Boo-doo-doo-doo.
What's our food situation?
We don't have a microwave anymore.
No.
How will
Oh,
we
man.
survive without our microwave?
Okay.
So
Do I
if
see?
if we're about to hit a long
food
rest, I
around?
have a few spell slots to make some more vitamins.
Well, I
if
have
need be.
rations. If we need to eat.
After you guys sort of... Oh, we might be a little bit off chat. Just wait for it. Travis is going to be back. He is back. Let's see if he is actually back. As you guys sort of take a load off, the Zool begin to stand up and sort of walk over to a what looks like a chest. They open it up and they reach in, and even though the chest is about the size of the mimics you guys fought earlier, they pull out a large boar and begin to carry it over, put it on a spit, and begin to rotate it. But the guy's just sort of moving his hand like this motion, and it's continuing to rotate as you guys do see the more or less a mage hand begin to rotate the spit for them. I hope you guys enjoy meat of this kind. And you guys all begin to hear a voice in your head, similar to how Zerat prefers telepathy compared to actually speaking. But you guys all begin to have the food or the smell of pork begin to fill this area.
I would love some pork. Thank you for inviting us into your shelter. Is this where you live?
It is one of many safe houses we have scattered throughout the planet. But no, we are not from this planet. We are just visiting on delegations.
Why do you need safe houses?
Some people still see us as part of the swarm. They are not enlightened out here as some may be in the Pact Worlds.
In Domino's head, you just hear.
Also,
I reply back.
How are you going to ask a group of people, why do you need this safe house, as you're currently using it as a safe house for safety?
So, what's the point of this thing?
Does the swarm destroy your town often?
Right.
It's 12:30 on a Tuesday. Here comes the swarm again.
bunker down.
Oh, it's looking like a swarm storm today, boys.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
Darren, I was gonna go fishing there, pal.
Oh
There
yeah,
goes the
don't you
door.
know? There goes it all.
We ain't seen the swarm around here in 500 years.
Wow.
Well,
Anyway,
the wounds left by the swarm are still sore.
The wounds left by the
Yes.
swarm are still oozy and gross.
But
They are pustulant and disgusting.
nonetheless, think we can trust you for now.
and I think
Are
we
you
can
guys-
trust you for now.
Are you the only Zool on this planet, or are there more?
As far as I'm aware, we're the only 3 on the planet. Most of us are from, like we were saying earlier, a different planet. We're more from. So I'm trying to find it.
Search your mind.
Zool 1.
No, Voltho. Thank you though.
Can't all be
Both of these
vets.
And that is going to
good.
be VOUTHEA.
Oh, you saying we
Mm.
need to write this down?
That's if you want to.
Do any of these Zool look like they're packing a weapon and or are combat ready?
You can go ahead and roll perception.
Might as well make that check myself.
At Hawane Wow.
21.
15.
15. Both you guys are having this conversation. Look around and you don't notice any sort of weapons on them. You guys have seen them use multiple different magic spells, so maybe they are more arcane power compared to actual gun power. So something else to keep an eye out. But you guys do not see any sort of weaponry of any kind.
With my 21, would we say they look capable? Like, would I look at them like, man, I could take them? Or
I mean, they look extremely. They don't look hardened by combat. They are wearing very nice clothes. They are wearing fine furry. The look around it, you can see there's very nice art. So they probably have some capabilities, but they have not been hardened by any sort of combat or anything like that.
Not to overstay our welcome, but you happen to have some warmer clothing? My crew and I didn't expect to stay here for long. Or be here at all, for that matter. Glance over at Denver.
We will see what we have. Many of you are too tall or too short looking down at Sunny to be able to fit inside of our clothing, but we will see what we can provide for you guys. If you don't mind, we have to pray to Zune, and we will be back shortly to finish up any sort of conversation we may have.
Pull out a little brown MP3 player, and they pray to the Apple competitor.
Can I make a mysticism check on that MP3 player?
Yes, you can.
Can I identify magic on that MP3 player?
Yes.
23.
23.
But I'm confused.
You've never heard of anyone named Zune.
Oh, I get it now.
Would you guys mind if I
It's like, wait, we doing this?
observe and take notes?
Share
For his-
dinner with us first, and then we may discuss our religion with you.
All right.
Breaking bread.
I'm gonna explore this safe house, see what else is in here.
Okay. Hey, Travis, welcome back.
Hey, Travis is back.
I did that.
You did the
Bam, bam,
thing.
bam, bam.
I had to go through all of the IT helpers. Did you turn it
Bring
off
it
and
off
turn it
again.
back on again?
Don't worry, Thrawn. While you were snoozing off, I took care of diplomacies.
Upper
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What? Oh God. What?
Well,
I mean,
if you're
what?
confused about the plastered bug on the wall, that's they overstepped their boundaries.
Yeah. Make sure you roll initiative.
I got a 0. I gotta leave. I gotta go. Actually, back out into the cold.
You look around, Otto, as there's a couple of very small areas. Mostly it's this open area. You do have a small sort of kitchen area where it's mostly just like a table and that chest that he pulled the ridiculously large hog out of, which obviously like this hog should never been able to fit inside this chest. They have 3 separate rooms that have sheets that cover the doorways, and then there is a room that actually has a wooden door on it.
I poke my head in all the rooms of sheets, and I try the handle.
They are just bedrooms. They have just like cots. They're not even full beds or anything. You try with the door with the handle. You open it up. It is a bathroom.
You kept no firepower.
None.
Well, let's check the box of holding.
Okay. You open up the box. There is nothing inside of it.
Have been bamboozled.
We've been robbed.
Be like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the Vesk. Be like, yo, there's 0 firepower in this safe house. What kind of safe house is this?
An unsafe house.
Well, they're clearly capable of magic, but
It's a trigger safe house.
even magic people shouldn't be walking around unarmed.
Look,
I
they
don't think
might
it's a
just
real
be
safe house.
dignitaries, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
It would be silly to walk around without a gun. I can't imagine.
That's why I have 2.
Just
Yeah.
a belt of grenades.
Built up
This one
grenade.
explodes.
I mean,
Yes.
Captain, I've done a lot of dumb shit in my life, but I'm no disrespect. All right, putting that at the top of this. Having no gun wandering around out here is one of the most dumbass things I ever done heard of. All right.
There's never been a fight I couldn't talk my way out of.
We've been in a few
We've
fights
been
already.
in. Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
that's
you
already
all
lost.
have gotten into those fights, and I've been there. You
Yeah.
dragged my ass into that.
You're our captain.
I'm gonna side with the big old scaly guy on this one. You're our
And
captain. You should be able to-
when did I give an order to jump down a hole with that was called the Devourer?
Hey, I
No,
said
not
yeehaw
me.
before I went. Like,
Well,
just
I
be
mean, it
late.
was cool. It was cool. I'm just saying.
The yee had been hard, Captain. I had no control over it from there.
wait,
I
wait,
see.
wait, wait. So does yeehaw override an order? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes,
It's
Depending
like
on
a
the
super
situation.
user.
that is exactly what you're hearing, Rix.
Okay, all right. So yeehaw is at the top of the pyramid.
So
We got captain's orders over here.
I'm
We
fully
got
prepared for
other
something to
people's
happen
orders. Starfinder.
in this game that involves Rix just yelling yeehaw and doing
Shoot the
something
drone.
badass towards like level 10.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
super far down the road.
Yeehaw, and then we teleport across the planet.
of that.
I just
I-
expect like him, the captain's be like, get on the ship, or we're gonna all die. He's like, no, I'll hold him back. I said, get on the ship, and I said, yeehaw.
I would shit my pants.
I almost did just now, just thinking about it.
Is this foreshadowing?
Bum bum bum.
Spoiled the script.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Leaks.
Maybe they just have bodyguards
Right.
that were squashed.
45 minutes go by,
What are you doing, Cap?
and the Zool return.
Shit, they left.
They just sort of went off
Alright,
into a
dozed off there.
corner. They just sort of went off into a corner of their safe house, and they said they needed to pray to their deity Zune.
Has the hog roast been rotating this whole time?
It has been.
Okay, I was gonna make sure because if not, I was gonna keep it up.
Yeah, it's been rotating.
Don't want it to burn.
Exactly. Gotta
Yeah.
have to have even on both sides. Otto, you watch as the Zool, two of them return down, and one of them returns to the chest, and they sort of reach down into the chest and pull out a big stack of plates, and pull out silverware and place it on top. Close the
No.
chest.
He gets like just up. They're here from him lifting out. Like, no, what the fuck?
He looks at you. Yes.
I checked that box. It was empty. What is your you fucking wizard bitch? What is this?
It's a chest.
It's
No.
probably a multi-dimensional space that can hold multiple things. It's not that big of a deal.
Otter, you
Is
being?
that-
I mean, Otto.
what he
not
said?
Otter.
Yeah, that is correct. You have to know what you're looking for to be able to get the stuff from there. If you don't know what's looking for, it just appears as an empty chest.
So if I reach my hand down in there and I think grenade, I before he even responds, I just reach in.
You hit
and
the
expect
bottom.
a grenade.
You hit the bottom of the chest.
It has to be in the box. It's not just
They
everywhere.
don't have weapons. They probably don't believe in violence.
They
so
probably use the plates.
unarmed.
Otter, I think you're being a little rude to our hosts.
Yeah, but since when you go rooting through people's shit? That's normally my thing.
I just usually do it behind your back.
Oh, touche. Carry on.
We're
We
learning
appreciate the
things.
hospitality.
Yes, but that is weird, and I would like to know more.
I can tell you more about it if you want. I can draw
They
you a
sort
whole
of, like-
diagram if you want.
Take a deep breath and just sort of walk towards the hog that's been roasting. They go ahead, carve the meat, place a rather good portion in front of everyone. Here, please. It's all that we had available for us currently. We weren't planning on leaving within probably the next week.
Don't
Do
worry.
they take a
we
bite
got-
of the pig?
Yeah.
I would wait until they ate first.
I wouldn't. I'm
Yeah.
very hungry.
Same.
You guys eat is. I mean, it's not super seasoned or anything, but it's very filling, very well done. One of them look over to you, Ferrix. What would you like to know about Zune?
Oh, I'm just curious. So, just the basic rundown, where this Zune came from, what's their history, how they relate to other deities, your theological dogmas, and I just
Who, what, when, where, why?
Well,
101 questions, no breaths.
They. The deity itself is of warmth, care, hospitality, if you will. It's rumored that Zune resides on Vilvoth,
how do you spell that?
Vilvoth,
Okay.
which is here in our solar system.
Oh,
And they actually, it's what is that in the Pact Worlds? The bright warm planet you guys have. No one ever goes there. It's too hot.
the sun. Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
yes. That equivalent is Vilvoth here. That is
Milky
where
Way?
Oh.
Zune resides, supposedly.
Oh. I
when
guess I'll have
you-
to cancel those plans. Okay.
And it's said that when you ascend, you go be with Zune on Vilvoth. But he gives us these powers to conceal and keep warmth, and he provides us this chest to be able to store things, so that way we can bring hospitality to wherever we go, and for those open-minded enough to come here. It's according to the script, he's the younger brother of the Devourer.
Mm,
For the power.
okay. It kind of sounds like there's this old deity back in time, before the gap, Sarenrae, sun deity of sorts. So it's very interesting. So okay,
Never heard of them.
As
me
they're
neither
talking,
really. I just read a book.
speaking of books, I'm going to, as they're talking, kind of look into the box, think holy script or like holy text or pages, like a Bible, and just reach in and see if I grab something.
When you reach in, even though you don't see it, you can feel your hand sort of grab the spine of a book, and it is rather large, like Whopper size, like double Whopper size book, just sort of. It is extremely heavy. As you begin to sort of lift up, you realize it's awkward. You have to grab it with both hands as you pick up this massive tome.
I'll lift it and I'll look at Ferrex like, I made it work!
Hey, you're learning.
Yeah. Oh, here. By the way, you'll probably want to read. Hey, can you read this? Like he learned a lot. Or should I put this back? I did honestly didn't think this would work.
But maybe not their sacred texts. Maybe put it back.
Sacred texts.
Please,
It's one of
put
those.
that back. I would
Got
appreciate
it.
that. And
He
when
would
you
learn
when
a
you
lot, though.
feel it, you notice that it's not like a normal, like hardback book. It is very leathery on the front and back, and the pages are very, very old.
Maybe you should put on some gloves or something.
Got it. All right, and I'll put it. And as I like reach down in there before I like let it go, kind of like take my armband where I have my computer and kind of just scratch some of the leather on into like the armband and like check it in my goggles, just reading over the data so nobody can see.
It has DNA of human DNA.
Okay.
But it is extremely, extremely old, like pre-Gap old.
It's bound in people.
I will look at Ferrex and give him a hand sign in common for "Do you speak sign language?"
I go, what are you doing with your hands? I don't have my spell on, so I don't know what is that.
Alright,
like
gotcha.
some kind of
I w-
language.
I'm just gonna look at Zarad and be like,
Yes, Otto.
"Can you tell him, Ferrex, this book is bound in human flesh?"
Oh. And then only in Ferrex. Ferrex, Otto would like you to know that the book he is holding is bound with human flesh.
And
You just say that
Human
out loud?
flesh.
it's just like and.
Like, that's an ant. Okay. It's a deal to me, but all right, I guess,
It's a
their
very common
culture.
practice.
I'm not a human.
Back like before. It doesn't matter. I'll find you a book. It's okay.
If you have questions on the book, you are more than welcome to ask.
What? I don't. No, we're just. It's a keyword. It's fine. We're playing a word game.
Yeah, it's called charades. I doubt you've ever heard of it.
No, but I did see them ask you if you understood sign language.
You know sign language?
Yes.
Hey! I would give one of those like what's up? In sign language.
He sort of, you begin to see him smile for the first time since you guys got here, and he sort of smiles back hello, or signs back hello.
Hey. You can only talk to Denver.
Denver doesn't even speak sign language.
Yes, you do. I told you take it.
I
That
didn't.
character creation.
Also, no one speaks sign language. Can we just...
I don't understand sign language.
Just saying.
I like to think that Otto has thought that Denver has known it this whole time and it's been signing stuff to
I also like to
them
think that Denver just sort of pretends to do sign language from time to time.
just mimics
just like-
whatever Otto's doing.
I
It's
know
just like,
really
what a weird
basic
sentence
things.
to say.
Just doing
Really
rave motions.
Basic things like "all right" and "thank you." Sorry.
Bro, the next time we hit hyperspace, I'm gonna sit in front of your chair and teach you.
I mean, we have to get a ship back first, there, bud. We're kind of stuck.
No, he's gonna throw you in space and then teach
Oh, yep.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
Dude, rest in peace, tribulation, with my two sweet ass bikes in the back that I ain't never got to actually ride, except for that time was me and Gerard right there riding around the snow. It was pretty good, but like, fuck.
So that statement was a lie. You got to ride them.
Yeah, but only like one time, not even like for real, like not for fun, for like business. It wasn't a like a cool ride. It was
A
like
joy
I gotta
ride.
get shit done ride.
It's a test ride, if anything.
I mean, I drove him back to the ship once, but again, that wasn't like a fun ride. That was like I gotta move these ride.
One of the
Alright, well-
Zool began to speak in everyone's minds again. So, what brings you to our frosted planet?
Real quick, what's the highest bluff score among these Zool? Does it happen to be less than 2?
No.
Didn't think so. My Intuit relationships roll fails.
Okay.
Just so everybody knows, I tried to Intuit the relationships and I was like, that's some weird shit. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here, but
They're either family or fucking, and I don't understand.
Yeah,
Almost.
they're brother wives as far as I can tell.
Whoa!
we don't judge Zool around here.
No, I
man,
mean it's fine. I just
Just
I
don't
ain't
know.
here to yuck
Confusing.
nobody's yum, but like that ain't for me.
Well, if you mean here specifically, our ship was hijacked while we were in the drift, and we needed to find a body for her.
But you charted a course here through the drift, correct?
I mean, as a point of pride, as
a map.
yeah, as a point of pride, ain't nobody steal shit. We were already headed here, and Freedom 11 just happened to pop up in our ship with the AI, and they were kind of like two bodies, one like, or two souls, one body kind of thing. It was really weird, but ain't nobody stealing no ship from me. Especially not with Otto back there in the back there with the engines. I'm up there in the front. You ain't catching us. You ain't getting on board. It's not a thing.
Who said anything
We-
about stealing?
And we
Heck,
did
man.
have we have had multiple stowaways, and the ship is worse than stolen. It's destroyed. So
Maybe we were giving them too much information. They didn't ask for any of that.
That's why I say I put it. It's kind
The
of like
Zool
saying
sort of look at each other.
To answer your question, we are here to we were here to set up a race circuit in this part of the world because we have one of the best racers right here with us. But then the swarm came, and now we're just chilling.
We also had a circus, I think, and
At some
No.
point, yes, Rix. At some
There's-
point, we did. We're entrepreneurs of sort.
However,
should
now
you be rolling bluff?
I would submit that that's not a bluff.
It's not a
did-
truth.
No, I
I
mean,
feel
to
like
be
we
fair, they
won.
did try to set up a track to the Yosoki.
Is that why we came here, though?
I mean, maybe not.
No.
but is it a reason? You know, definitely it is now.
100%.
Was it
Yeah.
something that was brought up?
Is that what the Zool asked? What is
Hey.
a reason you came here?
Okay,
Just the one.
if I believe it's true, is it a bluff? That's the
Yes.
question.
And you know what, Domino? If you say as a point of pride, it's kind of like saying off the record. They can't hold anything you say against you after that point.
Oh,
And that is
that's
not
gotcha.
factual.
Okay.
And we should have just stayed.
Point of pride
And then
Are you a cop?
relinquishes
and
all
then Domino walks out. I was like,
responsibility
as a
of
point of
statement.
pride, You can't
Got
take me, Boom Roasted.
Boom.
Why didn't we just use that?
Yeah,
We-
hold up.
Boom
Y'all,
roasted.
y'all suck.
No, the point of pride. We could have just gotten out of everything. We didn't even have to
Well-
come here.
You just told them we're here on vacation.
Also, that
We-
we're
we
on
accidentally landed
vacation.
on
We
this planet
talked
for the
about.
Paradise
Why are
Planet.
you? I'm gonna let this sit. Whatever they get from this interaction.
At this point, the Zool begins to sort of like look down, like
Get out.
just sort of eat
Just
their-
know that y'all make my job real hard. We agreed on that. We agreed on this bluff before we left the ship. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, did we?
Right.
I forgot. Sorry.
Right.
It's not in my notes.
I really want you to get like a nat 1, and this will just be like, that's a lie.
I think they know it's a lie at this point. We've been rambling about how it's a lie for the past 10 minutes.
Have you ever wondered when you're trying to lie?
you sort
Can't
of see
believe they
them
bought it.
become quiet for a few minutes. So do you plan on staying to fight the swarm, or looking on a transport out of here?
The latter, I think.
Yup.
We're definitely leaving.
All on the same page
eventually.
about one thing.
I would
don't-
love to stay and help.
God,
However,
thank you.
what are we doing? What can we do against the swarm?
Like my dad always said, what's the point if we're all gonna die?
Your dad used to say that. What the fuck?
One of
my
the
dad
Zool look
always
over
used,
to you, and only in your head, Thrawn, you should probably get some help.
Yeah, probably. Alas, we're in a frozen wasteland, eating some delicious ass pork.
Ass
You
pork.
said, yeah,
No,
it's
that's something
ass
I
pork.
could go
We're
for.
just we're having some bacon. You mentioned a transport. Do you know? I mean, is this like? Do we just like an Uber? Like we just call, like, hey, we got attacked by the storm, come get us, and then we just go wherever we want? Or
I mean, the transport's gonna be taking us back to our planet.
great, can't wait. What's your planet again?
Can't wait for what?
To get on the transport.
Oh, you. Oh.
well, now that's awkward.
You just told me I could get on the transport. I'm feeling very
Uh,
torn right now.
We have a transport coming.
You're leaving us here to die.
Well, you're leaving other people here to die.
Okay, well
They
we'll stay
can't
if
come
you
on your
stay.
transports either.
I mean, it's a very small transport. But maybe. Can you guys breathe in very toxic environments?
That's a
I mean, I've been
I
breathing
s-
around
what?
Otto for years.
Have you met this crew?
The face.
Oh, you mean the actual air?
Yeah, like the atmosphere itself.
Yeah, sure. No, we can't.
For a few days.
For like a
we-
day or something.
We also can't breathe when we're dead because we've been eaten by a bug. So, I mean, I'm willing to. I'm hoping what we can accomplish here is some sort of brainstorm between the two of us because, at the moment, outlook is bleak.
Maybe just drop us off on the Paradise Planet.
If there's one of those,
No.
why didn't we
they're
go there
all
immediately?
Miserable planets.
Okay.
Well, besides ours, but I mean, it's all about perspective, I guess.
Yeah, but you can breathe on your planet and I can't.
Yes,
You know
that's
what I mean,
true.
right? Like, so
But you have the underwater planet, which is also toxic on the air. But underwater, they have bubbles that have good breathing. There's Volvoth. There's Gobashan, which may be okay. It's just hot and muggy. Kayama, which is a desert planet. Takarius. Miyomawa. Z-Turn, Thorazon.
just the one we can breathe on is the one we're looking for. Are they all just inhospitable for lungs like mine?
Well, Thozarth is similar to like the diaspora. It's a bunch of, well, it's a planet that, for some reason or another, and you don't really know, sort of exploded during the gap. Z-Turn is breathable. It's mostly just extremely hot, though. They have a bit of an insect problem. Not like a swarm problem, but an actual insect problem. Miyama is an aquatic planet, but there's some land on it. I haven't been there, though, so I don't know what the atmosphere is like. Vilvoth, I don't think you guys could survive that heat.
So, question,
Yeah.
and I don't want to cut you off because you're doing great at telling us what's around here, but do you know of a way that we could either get off this planet in your little transport, or of a way that we might be able to fix our ship? It's pretty messed up. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but because like we hitch a ride with you to the next planet over, like that's cool and all, but we're stuck on that next planet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. We're not engineers, so we don't know how to fix ships. We hire people for that reason. But I could try to see if we can possibly reach. There's only one possible way we could possibly even reach the ship before it gets in here, and that's even if they don't get hailed in, they'll probably think something's wrong, so they might turn back.
Something is wrong. We got the swarm outside.
Well, that's what I'm
So-
saying. If they think something wrong, they'll just leave us, because they'll probably already assume that we're dead, and then they'll bring up new delegates once they find out that this planet is safe and or there's any other life on it.
You don't have like a beacon you push in this safe house that's like, hey, the safe house is active.
I mean, we could send a message, but since they're a couple planets over, it'll take days to get to the ship.
Y'all. Yeah, but y'all have the see that's what the beacon is for.
I mean, it still sends it. It just takes long. It's not instant time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the
Distance.
beacon is a different situation. It's like I'm just trying to explain to you what a beacon is. It feels like it could be an evolution in the safe house situation you've got going here. You just have it constantly transmitting, and then when they get close, bingo, bango, bongo, they come here. They're like, "Thank you. We're all safe."
Air traffic control. It's fine.
Very good.
No,
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
to go.
Hmm.
Boop, 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 boop.
That's all assuming that air traffic control is still intact after the swarm came through. Like I would think
Wait,
that's
wait,
one
wait.
of the first things they shut down.
How big is this box? This interdimensional box.
I mean,
big?
it's probably like
What's in the box?
2 by 1 by 3.
Okay. So it can't fit in it. Got it. Okay.
Any
I
idea
mean,
why
we
the
have some
swarm-
spacesuits. Are we just gonna stow away in there? Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's an idea.
Pretty good
Just
idea.
wait for someone to call us to get us out.
They just forget.
Let's reach our hand in there now and see if anyone needs rescued.
Hold on, actually.
Person.
Someone that needs my help.
Just like 8
This
hands
one.
show up.
We find our new characters.
As far as you guys leaving the system, I think the Thozarth is going to be yours' best bet. It's mostly meant for a safe haven for criminals, so there's not a lot of good people there. But
Oh, well, I think
They-
half of us will fit in.
sort of
Manners,
Zazul
Ricks.
begin to look around and like.
I said that out loud. My bad.
But you may be able to charter a flight through the drift. It might be expensive though. I don't know what kind of credits you guys have or.
Any idea why the swarm is here in the first place? Maybe we just ride them out and then fix our ship after they leave.
Possibility. I don't know how long it takes for them to ravage a planet and get what they. Maybe they came for something here particular, or I mean, maybe it's not like a full-blown invasion, but it might be a small group. I mean, it's still a large attack force, but from what I've remembered of the swarm, it was a lot larger than this.
Maybe we can send a signal to your shuttle, and they can do some sort of proactive counterattack. Because what's to say, after they're done here, they're not going to come for your settlement.
Well, we would have to reach out to. Maybe. That might work.
I'm hearing.
Okay, roll diplomacy.
I'm
on
hearing
that?
potential space combat.
I
And
mean,
Phew.
if I have to pay my way to get off the planet, I am a kick-ass pilot. Don't want to toot my own horn, but here I am, a beep beep. So if you need somebody to fly some dangerous shit, I would be more than more than happy to. But like,
We need to rally our
That too.
troops. But first, we need our ship fixed
yeah, that's kind of
So-
what I was getting at. I don't really
So
have anything
Otto and
to
I
fly.
can work on that?
to lead the charge.
we need parts.
Find a
We
better
could just
ship.
join the rebellion.
I like the sound of that.
Problem with joining the rebellion is doomed. So
It's because they don't have
Well, sir,
us.
it's only a doomed rebellion if they lose. If they win,
it's a doomed rebellion based on what these fine what's a plural for Zool?
Zoolites.
Zuli.
Zoolites.
you're canceled.
Just Zool.
The Zooians.
The Zool.
The Zool.
I'm the
These
gatekeeper.
folks-
Are you the key master? Okay, sorry.
Told me
I've
that
been
this
wanting somebody to say that
this
whole time.
society is like it's not organized to defeat this one. They don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
We don't have to defeat them. We just need to hold them back while we get reinforcements. And this, I point to Zool number 1. Do you have a name besides Zool?
Well, yes, because my name is not Zool.
If somebody
Zuli.
were to call you Vesk.
I do call him Vesk all the time.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a
but
name of honor
you're-
for me.
But
That
you're
I
kind of a
personified the
shitty
Vesk.
person, Ott.
Of course, the vest turns it
Yep.
into like some badge of honor.
Yeah, this is the ragtag group of individuals that need to go fight the swarm. This is
Maybe they won't be expecting it, Thrawn.
Yeah.
I definitely won't.
They're used to planets like this just running and hiding, but if we get in their face, we might throw them off their guard.
I mean, we already killed 4 of them. What's another million?
Now I've thrown him off his rhythm.
I mean, the only
Discombobulate.
way I think you or anyone has a chance of beating this invasion is getting all the houses on the same page.
Sort of a game.
No,
Of-
no, no,
Game
no,
of Swarms.
no.
Is where is the head house and what
I
do they sit on?
forbid this joke from continuing.
Would you say that they have some sort of metal chair they sit on?
No, it's
Well, I'm out.
it's a wooden throne.
A game of
Alright.
thorns.
Mm.
Game of splinters.
I want this to be over.
Hey,
This is
it's
when
not
my
season 8
doppelganger
yet.
shows
It's
up.
not season 8 yet. It's okay.
And then it's the Game
Squid
of
Games.
Thrones.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's the game of Holmes.
Any more puns we can think of?
Game of
Quick.
Pause.
Swarm games.
No?
There
they're-
it goes.
It's starting to fizzle out.
Well, I'm gonna go find a swarm to eat my face.
This is we're gonna look at podcast metrics, and then all the people are just gonna stop listening. It's
Karma
just-
That's
Swarm.
right.
Karma,
my God.
karma. Welcome
Game
to
of
Karma
s-
Swarm.
Game of Karma.
That's the title. Game of Karma.
We all like curry.
It's not bad.
Curry
He's
delicious.
really good at basketball.
All right.
Steph Curry, nobody. Come
Yep,
on.
I got it.
Yeah, no, I
I
followed.
got it.
Okay.
I followed.
I think
What happened?
realistically,
You started this.
I think, yeah, just getting the 5 houses to band together. I mean,
Great. Now, I see. I am all for this plan, but we cannot speak their language. They're stubborn as it is.
mm,
I can't even talk to them.
We have a Ferrex.
If only there's a way.
Yeah,
to
we
level up
can.
and
So
learn
we
it
can
overnight.
hear all the bullshit they're spewing.
Yeah.
But we can't talk to them.
I know sign
I
language.
could. I can attempt to learn their language.
Out of curiosity, what language do they even speak?
Flocka,
Vlaka?
Say vodka.
Flocka.
Waka flocka.
You missed it, Bruce. You missed your one chance.
No, I just let it go. I didn't miss anything. I just
Is it
Wave
Waka
him.
Flocka Flame?
I thought it would have been hilarious if what do they speak? And he just went Dothraki.
Rocky.
I saw it there. I saw it, and I just
Nah.
Nah.
You gotta go for it. All right. Well, we can't speak to
What-
them.
Are
I'd
they
be happy
interested?
to if we could learn the language. I guess we could try this. Yes, Otto.
What if we
Uh,
go? Yeah, go on.
With Freedom 11, Ferrex, and my engineering, and those uranium bars, we could send a nuke to their ship.
I think those uranium bars are now under millions of pounds of rubble.
Or pulverized into.
Yeah.
Also,
But
you have
there's
Smaller nuclear pieces to shoot a bunch more.
So I apparently don't know much about radiation, but I don't think we can get very close to those bars.
I mean, there's
As-
steps
as
before
somebody-
boom, but
As somebody who threw up twice because of them, I could tell you, you're not getting very close to them.
Wait, but we have a whole plant. We have like a whole town of robots.
Freedom 11.
No,
Robot
not,
revolution.
not freedom.
Robot
11.
revolution.
The opposite of that.
No, can you get poisoned by
Yeah.
radiation?
It's
That's-
not an organic body there, bud.
'Cause I
Yeah, I
have
figured that the shell though would like.
pieces of me, no. Pieces of me, yes.
And I
Half
think
and
it's the
half.
vital
Look,
pieces.
there
that-
are drilling and mining robots that don't have souls. They're just robots. You know, machines.
Bet that mine is full of them. Of the Utonium. What was it?
Eronium.
Uranium.
Unobtainium?
Yeah,
Unab-
Really?
no.
Aurelianium.
This plan is not going to work.
Not
Ionium?
realism.
This plan has a lot of holes. It's not
Sounds
a
like-
solid plan.
Going door to door to these houses might be their best,
I mean,
our best
there's
path forward.
Door to door
there's 10 of us?
salesman.
Oh,
Ready
What
for
war.
about our Lord and Savior Zoom?
there's 10 of us. We could kind of divide and conquer. 8 of us? 8 of us. We could kind of divide and conquer.
Just get all the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So
all at the same
we
time.
have turned to door recruiters for the Starship Troopers.
Would you like to know more?
Do your part.
Yeah. The only good bug is a dead bug. No offense, Gerard.
And
The
Zoom.
Zool look over at you as well.
Zool.
Hey! I forgot you were here, and I'm very sorry.
It's a classic movie. All right, you just
Impact Worlds. It's not aimed at y'all. It's actually an anti-swarm movie, and you're not the swarm.
anymore.
You haven't been the swarm for a long time. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'm very sorry. I'm just gonna turn around. And go. I was irradiated. I don't know what I'm saying.
So will you help us?
I fly ships real good. Woo!
Back at our first hideout, it seemed
Should-
like there was some
should
type
we-
of
Should we just
order.
walk out into the snow and just?
Think what Zune would do. He would.
Cool. We don't know a lot about Zoom. Don't just assume this man is.
Well, it
Ooh.
sounds like Zune would probably do some sort of fusion and create heat that radiates the whole solar system and melts anything that gets too close. So yeah, let's do it.
WWZD.
It would also hold a good amount of music and digital media that you could share with your friends. That was designed specifically to counteract anything that Apple may have put out at the time.
Way better than
I'm-
the iPhone.
I'm gonna declare a no pun zone for at least a while.
We've hit our episode limit already. We have
No
a-
puns,
Like
no
a no
fun.
fun zone.
I
Leave.
I don't believe.
You know what? We can't do it. We were wrong.
you're all
Actually, we don't have a safe house. It's been a pleasure having you.
That's one.
This is this dangerous house that you're in now.
Steps outside and goes, "We're over here."
Just leave. Just walk out and
To leave like a flare outside to get people's attention.
This is worse than the swarm.
just
Uh,
right. Kill them.
out here. You guys, if you would like to know, they're in. Each house is in its own city. Which, after what I heard about the broadcast, it may be difficult to come across some of them. But the city of Mitz has the wind hide pack. Here in Mulmer, you have the Iron Tooth Pride.
Is that who was taking charge back at the other place?
Yes, that is that group of individuals. Olaf will be the Cold Claw Banes. Eric, which is the mining town, will be the Swamp Pack. And Zoltol will be the Barbaric Night Stalkers.
Charge.
I'm assuming someone more intelligent in this group has written that down IRL.
Is that Barbaric Knights with a K?
Thank you.
It's all in my
Yes.
brain case.
So the Swamp Pack, they're your most hostile group, and they are radioactive, to say the least. You'll notice them from a lot of missing fur, and their hide has more of a green color that gives them the swamp look, as they say it around that town, which, thanks to the mining operation, has opened up the radioactivity in that area. Barrack Night Stalkers, while their name seems that they're more rough, no puns intended.
Rough.
They tend to do most their hunting at night, and they're one of the only tribes that actually does hunting left of the five.
Who was up?
That was the barbaric Night Stalkers. The Iron Tooth Pride, that's going to be the ones that are here. And they're going to be your most civilized individuals. They probably won't make a decision until you get the other 4 packs under the same page and have a delegate come with you to say that they will serve the Pride. The Windhide, they're mostly gatherers, very peaceful people, but like to keep to themselves. And the Cold Claw, they like to shoot first and ask questions later. They are very difficult to reason with, but you will be able to tell by a patch of fur that goes down their spine that has a bright white spine.
And how do these packs all feel about each other? Are they mostly at civil war?
They acknowledge each other. Whenever the Iron Tooth Pride calls, they will come answering to it. But with the swarm attacking, they're probably looking out for their own pack compared to working together for survival. But when they do come together, they are a force. That's for sure.
Our friend Domino had a great point earlier. Whereas, if they were to conquer this planet, what's preventing them from moving on to the next? Is there another planet in the solar system that may be willing to send aid?
He sort of sits back and looks down at the ground and begins to think.
This could be their fight too.
Nulia wouldn't, because they don't have the capability of leaving their planet. Maybe Z-Turn. Z-Turn might. Same with Thozarth. Those would be my 2 best bet. My planet, they would probably burrow to the core before helping.
I'm not sure what our plan is at this point, but it's an option we need to consider.
Agreed. They walk over to one of them walks over to the door and sort of presses a button. Nothing visible happens. He comes back and sits down. Well, I don't know what your plan is exactly with these packs, but you have roughly about 4 hours before the sun starts coming back up.
Point of order on that there. You said all these packs are in different cities around the planet.
Yes.
We don't really have a means of transportation, so that's going to be a lot of like hoofing it between places, and I don't think we have the process or the capability to get there like from town to town in one night kind of thing. So I don't want to say it's over before we get started, but like I don't see a way we do that.
Hmm. This is difficult, yes.
Maybe we can petition the Iron Tooth first to find us transportation. If we can find maybe some rebel fighters. But you also said that they're going to be the last to act until we have all the houses in order.
They may be the last to act in a military standpoint, but maybe they have some sort of capability to provide some transport. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure what they have available. I mean, you saw the leader of their house today. So, I'm not sure what they have capable or...
We also have the issue of our environmental protections running low if we stay here for too long.
This is true.
How do we recharge those?
Charging stations.
Starships.
Yup.
We do and sort of like look at each other. We begin to move the couch forward a bit as they go ahead and extend like a metallic piece that comes up and tees over at the top, and more or less a makeshift charging station sort of pops up. If you guys need to charge your suits or your armor, you're more than welcome to do so before you head out to top off. I don't know how long you guys have been using it for or what, but I mean, you at least, like I said, have, well, as long as you stay here, you should be fine, and we should be warm enough thanks to the fire and the cover of the hill, but outside, I'm going to be chipping away at it. And in case you guys don't know, the nights here are only 6 hours, which means the days are 18.
Ooh. Well, better take this off and start charging it then. Thank you.
At least the night should provide us some cover.
Cover
And it's
warm.
not as cold, so we should probably move during the night.
Just from the swarm. If it comes to that.
Either way, we need to make a decision soon.
Are these Vlaka nocturnal? Or do they like to be up when the sun is up?
Most Vlaka are nocturnal just because, again, that's when a lot of other creatures that aren't accustomed to the cold will be out and about. I mean, it's a little bit different now as well, since a lot of the major cities have been sort of toppled over and places that were warm are no longer. But Ironhide typically go through the day. I haven't been to the Swamp Pack, but I can definitely tell you that the Night Stalkers are nocturnal.
It's in the name.
Indeed. But with that, we will go ahead and take our break. We'll go ahead and take a little longer break to go ahead and come back at the top of the hour. And then we'll come back and see where the next part of this adventure takes us. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Top of the hour. Yeah.
Top of the
hi, hello, we are here. Thank you guys for sticking with us through the break. Really do appreciate it. Just want to give you guys a little bit of a recap of what's going on. The group has followed the Zool back to a safe house that they had. And they are sort of describing what sort of situation they're in and what options that the group has to make sure to fix said situation if they either wanted to try to fight off this swarm invasion or they also have the option to leave and a couple of planets that may be able to get them off of or out of this system if they were wanting to through the drift or some other course of action. And they just learned about the 5 families or the 5 packs that have a big say, if not the only say, over the entire planet. And that is where we are, and that is where we'll go ahead and pick up where we left off.
Well, Thrawn, what's our path forward?
I have no clue. I think we're in a tough situation.
I think it sounds like we definitely need to find some transportation. Zool, you never gave us your name. I asked for it. I don't think we ever got it.
You are absolutely right. That is our apologies. Sorry, I need to pull up that section of the notes. Chat, I'm redoing my notes. They look real good, but they're not quite where they need to be at. So I apologize.
I'm perfectly fine calling you Zool.
That's rude. We have Zoc, Gonal, and Zash Kunu.
That's just 2 people, right?
That's 3.
Okay.
Gonal, Zoc, and Zash Kanu.
Well, Zoc, Gonal, Zash Kunu. Where are the how far are these towns located from each other? From this spot.
From
Just to
this
keep it
spot, we
simple.
have 3 hours to. Where is it at? 3 hours walking to Mulmer. You're looking at probably from Mulmer, the closest one would be Eric, and that's roughly about probably a 4 or 5 hour walk. From Eric, the next city would be Olaf, which that's going to be a difficult trek. Walking, it's probably about 3 or 4 days. And then from Olaf is Zoltal, which is another 5-day walk. And then Mitz is actually closer to Mulmer, but in the opposite direction. So it's really, and he sort of points like the way you guys were heading. It's another 2 days that way.
Mulmer is the town that you just escaped from?
Correct. That's that large trade city you guys just came from.
Yeah, transportation definitely seems like a requirement. Well, Thrawn, do you think we should maybe rest up here, or do we not let the day or the night go to waste?
We need to rest for a little bit, and I think we should make sure that these Zool folks get off planet, because as far as we know, they're the only ones that are going to go warn the rest of the world that this is happening, for the rest of the universe, I guess. So let's make sure that they get off planet, and we can make a game time decision if we're even allowed on that transport, on if we want to get on it or stay here. But for now, fill your belly, warm up, We'll figure it out after we take some rest.
Maybe the swarm will move along and we can start scavenging for parts.
That would be nice as well.
As much as I'd like to kill as many swarm bastards as I can, my priority is just getting our ship off the ground.
We can do more with the ship.
Well, from what Otto said earlier, isn't that going to take about 30 days? So we have some time before we get our ship operational again.
I thought a huge part of the ship, like a problem with the ship, was we have nowhere to stay warm while we fix it. So if we can, maybe we can like haul it into one of these settlements or something if there's not too much danger.
I also need replacement parts. Some of those, pieces I can't just fix. I got to replace.
With that attitude.
As I hold up like a motherboard that was on fire, like
I rest my case.
Well, if we go back to the city, maybe we can find stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of ships near our ship.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
like,
saying.
but there's also a lot of people probably still trying to live in there. So we could wait them out for them to die, or go in there and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna pick through your ship. If I fix my ship, you can ride in our ship out of here."
I feel like I have sneaky fast hands, and I can just.
I don't. If I'm stealing shit, it's gonna be in front of their faces, and they're gonna know about it.
I'm just
Not
saying.
not by choice. I'm just not very good at the whole quiet thing.
There's always
I-
taking it by force, but maybe
I
In-
think most of these people are dead anyway. Did you see that big fucker just?
Yeah, is the city still currently being like just attacked and bombarded like it was earlier?
You haven't heard any explosives go off, or like any explosions or anything like that. But you're also 3 hours away walking, so it's hard to see exactly what kind of damage is still being done.
maybe our vehicles are still intact if we can get to them. We'll need more than just those two, but
So tomorrow night, go back.
Yes, some rest would be appreciated right about now.
How warm does it get at night? Like max, good temps.
Up to 10 is what they said. Yeah, right.
I mean, that's what it was currently. We've been here for 3 weeks, and the warmest we've seen is get to 25.
Plus 25?
that's
Ooh.
Toasty.
In
Tan my
comparison.
skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
positive 25 degrees at night.
That's a travel with no environmental suit travel right there.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Ferrex. I see that face.
I like to be comfortable.
Whatever plan we go with, we should probably make a decision soon, Cap.
Well, first is rest time, so
I say, did you guys want to rest the 18-hour day cycle, or did you just want to?
I don't think we have a choice, right?
Like, Cap, I don't want to be the one to put like everybody behind schedule on this, but I am not in the kind of way to be able to do nothing about anything right about now.
oh
Like
yeah,
I need a minute. Like that
I mean-
radiation kind of fucked me up.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's changing for us, so we can stay here as long as we need.
All right, cool. I'm gonna look to the Zul and be like, "Thank you so much for the hospitality. I appreciate you. Food was delicious. I need to lie down." And I'm gonna go like find a spot and like crash out.
By chance, could you three give us a mark on a map or something where the rest of these mountains might be found?
Are you talking about our hideouts?
Yeah, it might be useful.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to need them, are you?
No, but the issue is they can only be unlocked with a spell.
I'm a quick learner.
What kind of spell?
It's just a simple locking and unlocking spell that we use for our hideouts.
Hello, Flora?
Roll a
Mysticism.
yeah. No, roll a diplomacy to see if you can get them to
Yeah, fair.
give away a
Would
secret
you
of
like-
theirs.
I guess I'll say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Can-
say one of you guys can choose
Ten.
to assist.
Metagame, I have +4 in diplomacy.
Let's get above a 10, right?
It's
I think it's
Well, to aid, yeah. But who wants to take the reins on the
Well,
check?
I'm just aiding. I suck at diplomacy.
so I was making the roll.
yeah.
I've
I'll
got
say
a
have
plus.
Zerat is one making the roll.
I got 13 to assist.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 14, so.
Okay.
I can also assist.
Okay. All right. So
You
my
guys will get the 1 + 2.
all right. So I get rolled a 14 plus 3, 17 plus 2, 19.
Okay. And he goes to one of the the rooms and grabs a map and sort of slides it out onto the floor. You can definitely tell they're very hesitant about it. Both spellcasters can make a mysticism check for me as they will attempt to teach you the spell. But they will go ahead and mark on the map where each of these 3 hideouts are located at. You have the one that is 3 hours outside of Mulmer, if someone wants to make notes. You have one that is 45 minutes outside of Mitz to the north. And one that is 3 hours southwest of Olaf.
Alrighty. And I got an 18 on the mysticism.
I got a 26.
Both of you have learned the cantrip for unlocking these doors. It's not work on all doors. It works on these specific 3. Just want to make sure that that is listed before someone decides to break the game, like giving unlimited gas to the spaceships.
What?
Make sure to put that giant asterisk there.
Sounds like
I
you got
have
burned
the
in
skeleton
past.
key spell. I'm going to use it.
Hello, Hamura.
It's knock, but better. Because
Well,
it's a cantrip.
it's
silent.
better, but worse because it only can be used on 3 things.
So far.
That's before you put the asterisk on it. It
worse.
was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I actually found a way.
Oh boy. Matt, thank you for sending me those notes. By the way, it is missing Zoltol though.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally hit enter.
Okay.
I'm editing it now.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, well, everyone, it has multiple spots for you guys to be able to charge your armor. You guys we'll go ahead and be able to take that long rest. So you guys, if you guys are missing stamina points, you guys miss spell slots. HP works a little bit different. I can't remember how HP works. To get back, if someone
Something about con.
for some reason I thought it was like 1 plus con mod back in HP, but it could just not be.
I don't take damage, so I don't know.
I'm actually already. I was at full health before, so.
I think the only person who is missing HP is actually Denver.
I was missing a bit of resolve.
Oh, yeah, you get your resolve points back, so that's good.
You know,
While
and
we're resting,
H-
can I? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say HP regen for the long rests is HP equal to your level, right?
That's what I'm not unsure
That
of.
sounds right.
Yeah,
With
so
the
you
full-
don't get your shit back, like all of it. You get like we're level 3,
So you
I
get 3
believe,
HP
right?
back. Yeah.
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 Cool.
Unless you rest in bed for 24 hours, you get 2 per level.
Ooh.
I'd like to spend some time since we have 18 hours.
Yeah. So
we
you'll
resting all the way?
You'll have 10 hours of, like, you guys will take 8 hours sleep, and then you guys will have 10 hours of downtime activity. If you guys would like to take a downtime activity for the 10 hours as well.
I'd actually like to cover our tracks if I can outside the mound. If it's snowy.
Yep.
And then as far as downtime, guess I'll just maintain my armor.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else like to do any sort of downtime activities for the 10 hours?
I am currently looking, but yes, I would like to do something.
I would like to teach Denver sign language.
I don't think I can learn all of sign language in 10 hours.
We can start.
I think I got it.
I think I got it.
I think I got it.
That's all you got in 10 hours.
I want to research Vlaka.
Okay. What does researching Vlaka do? Just like the language or the race?
Let's see what it does. I think it's. I'll look it up and then
Okay. Wait, does anyone have the link to downtime activities they can send to Freedom 11 if she does not have them already?
It's in the
Thank you.
chat.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is just RP, but if nobody wants to learn sign language, then I'm going to go around the room, collect all the weapons, and clean and lube them, and get them ready to go.
Hot.
You brought lube with you?
Always.
My scales are a little dry.
It's not that kind of lube. It is definitely not that kind of lube.
It's not that sort of character operations manual.
I'm going to try to explore my own future,
Ooh.
and just try to see if I can, see into the future.
Cool. Do you have to make a check for that?
Yeah, mysticism check, DC equal to 10 plus 1.5 the target's character level. So is it round up or round down in Starfinder?
It's round down.
Alrighty.
Right? Is it round down or is that?
12?
I think it's round
It's always round down unless it says round up.
Okay.
So,
Round sideways.
Yeah, that was a 20, so we are
Cool.
good. So I get advantage on something today.
Of your
in the
choice
next,
today.
in the next 24 hours.
Nice.
If anyone has a medical lab, we can help Denver. But I don't think.
Ooh, yeah, I
we
can
would.
help with that too.
Does anyone have a medical lab?
like a med kit or anything?
It has to be a lab or a
lab
med bay.
specifically?
Oh yeah. I don't think there's no medical lab in this little mountain.
If
It's
we
like
had
a little
bioactor-
med kit. You're like, I got this.
I think a biohacker counts as a med lab.
Yeah, I think that does. Yeah.
Where's a biohacker when you need one?
Right.
Hiding. Um. Okay. You currently wouldn't be able to do the research action because you need the infosphere.
Mm. Yeah.
So you would not be able to, as you do not currently have access to the infosphere.
Then I lounge.
I love it.
You know what? Just gonna relax.
Right?
Do you want to learn sign language?
I can maintain your armor with you
Ooh.
together.
Ooh.
That sounds like a cute date. I'm in.
Wait, are you maintaining armor? Is that what you're doing?
Could buff out these
Something better to
scuffs.
do. Actually,
You know what? I'm gonna work out.
I was just thinking the same thing. So I will actually join you for that.
I
What,
want to
working
work on
out or?
agility.
Working out.
I just spent all last week working out. None of you wanted to join me.
Ooh.
I was sick
Alright, just-
yesterday and I need to feel better. I'm
I'm
doing
gonna
some Zumba out here.
I'm gonna spend the whole time entertaining myself with token spell.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm gonna
Thrawn,
soil
I
the
do.
ground, clean the ground,
I
color
join
the
rest.
ground, flavor the ground,
Watch out this parkour we're about to be doing.
cool the ground,
Agility course
warm the ground.
on the rooftops.
I love it.
Anyone want to wrestle?
Thrawn, did you have any downtime activity you would like to perform?
Yeah, I'm lounging with Rix.
Cool. Beautiful. 10 hours go by lickety split. It is nighttime once again. It is the beginning of the night cycle. Your one of the Zool members sort of walks forward, opens the door. A gust of cold wind comes in, but he sort of holds his arm out, waits. It's warming up. It's probably anywhere between -18 and 0.
When do you all leave? When does your transport get here?
Well, yesterday we did send I pressed the beacon and it said call me back soon. So hopefully they will be able to contact us and we'll be able to discuss. But it's scheduled to be here in 3 or 4 days.
Do you have enough food to last you that?
We have to go get some. The pig we enjoyed was supposed to last us for the remainder of our stay.
And now my instinct is to stay here and help you and make sure you get off this planet. I'm afraid if we leave, they might track back and find you, or they might find you in general. So that's my instinct.
He walks over to you and sort of like reaches for your hands and like holds your hand and telepathically it just sort of says, "We appreciate it, but what you're doing is going to be helping a lot more people than just the 3 of us."
I see. All right, pack up, team. We're GTFO.
I go up. I go up to the Zool and I pull out my plethora of field rations. And I say, "This should last you at least 5 days."
They, one moment. And you go ahead and head over to their chest and you begin to hear like some stuff just sort of being slid over to the side, or some metal sounds, and they pull out a rather small book. Please, as a token of our appreciation.
Oh. Does it? What language is it in?
Not a language you've seen before.
All right. I'll read it later. Thank you.
It doesn't even look familiar to the Vlaka that you were studying earlier, by the way. Like that you translated. It doesn't look like that either.
Thanks.
Please, thank you. And they sort of like take their snacks and just sort of toss them into the chest.
I gave him about 10 field rations. So
Okay. Should last a hot minute.
I have a backpack full of them. They're like granola bars.
Yeah.
They're just
Okay,
in there.
doesn't one field ration last one person a whole week?
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just really prepared.
They're not cheap and they are not small.
Field rations,
And they're
one,
not good.
they're 1 credit for a whole week.
1 credit.
They're
Yeah.
2 credits, 1 bulk. Yeah.
What was I
She's
looking
like,
at?
what did I buy?
Premier.
Field
Premier rations with
rotations.
gold flakes.
He just has like a freaking steak that he carries around.
That's
Is
your
this not a
monthly
field ration?
subscription to all
No,
the
no.
OnlyFans that you follow.
No, yeah, you're right.
It says it gives you like a day's worth of water intake, but I don't know. Very, very bland.
You guys go ahead, pack up your stuff. Going around the room, starting with Thrawn. Spacesuit or armor?
Armor.
Prima 11.
Armor.
Auto.
Armor, but I'm gonna have the spacesuit on me.
Like in your bag.
Yeah.
Denver.
Armor.
Zerat.
Armoire.
Ferrix.
I guess if it's only negative 18, the armor's fine.
And then Domino.
Blackheart.
That doesn't tell me what you have on, though.
I'm wearing armor.
Okay. I
In
just-
regards to the environmental protections, it would be my Blackheart.
I figured as much. I just didn't know if you need to make a reflex save when you get hit. Is all I'm
I'm
asking.
in the nude.
Nice. And you're just as warm. All right, you guys begin to head out, and I'm assuming you guys are heading to Mulmer first. Is that correct?
It's the closest,
Yeah.
so I would assume, yeah.
Okay.
Put stowed on it.
You guys begin to
No.
head over to
Olaf sounds cool.
It is very cool. Mulmer. It is, like I said earlier, it is a 3-hour trek, so you'll have 3 hours of warmth while inside of the city. 3 hours go by, and the city has changed quite a bit, as it's been roughly a day since you guys left the city. Most of the buildings are either boarded up or were boarded and then forced into. You do not hear a single sound. Most of the things that are flying overhead in the city are no longer there. You do not see any sort of large scarab-looking like entity either. You do see the large spaceship that is still flying overhead. But other than that, besides the destruction that the swarm caused, you don't see any sort of evidence that the swarm is there, besides the damage in the spaceship. As you guys are walking through the city, I'm assuming you guys are trying to be stealthy, or you're just walking through the city like you own it?
Both.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealth. I don't know about everybody else.
We
Everyone go
stealthily
ahead.
own it.
And roll a
Mhm.
stealth check, and then I will go around the table and get everyone's stealth. If you do not, also just a heads up, when I say around the table, it's going to be the format that is on stream, by the way, in case you guys did not already know. So it's going to be top row, left to right, bottom row, left to right.
If I do really well, can I help somebody else with the difference?
No.
If I roll really bad, can I just say I didn't roll?
No. Thrawn,
18.
18. Freem, 11.
You're muted.
You're muted.
16.
Nice. Otto, you're also muted.
19.
Denver, don't you dare be muted.
Now I'm embarrassed to say.
Oh, okay.
It's a 30
Why are you embarrassed to have a 30?
because it's
so
like
much
double
better.
everybody else.
That's fine.
Wait till you hear mine.
Right, Zerat.
Where'd they go?
Natural 20 for a 22.
Nice.
Hey!
Ferrix. 3. Nice. Domino.
Rolled a natural 3 for a total of 2.
Nice.
Mine was a 1.
Domino, be quiet. We're trying to find Denver. Where'd they go?
Want to sneak up behind Thrawn, just be like, I'm right here, and then disappear again.
I'd like to change my answer. I now have the spacesuit on account of the defecation.
Environmental
Captain
protection
Pooper
both ways.
Oh, yeah, that worked.
As you guys continue through the city, I need everyone also to roll a perception check for me, and just let me know if anyone rolls over a 18.
How long have we been traveling? Just
It's
keeping
been
track
3
of-
hours.
25.
23.
I got a 22.
What was the DC?
18.
Oh, I failed.
I beat it.
Ferrix, did you pass? Okay. that's what I like. Everyone at 18 or higher, you do see a single set of what look like wolf prints in the snow.
You guys see this lone wolf?
Can't see anything with the sound of my armor.
Oh,
Are you still there?
My eyes are still broken. I can't see anything.
I'm speaking inside of your head, so it shouldn't be, too dampened by the noise. But there are some a single set of wolf tracks leading into the city, or are they heading in a certain direction? Where they go?
They are coming like to you, and they sort of break into a building that does have the boarded up, but it's been kicked in. It looks like.
Can I roll a follow tracks survival?
Yeah.
Just to, I don't know, see if there's any
Follow tracks.
information we missed. And
And
I think the
can I
DC's
try to
only 5.
assist with that?
Sure.
Never mind. If it's such a low DC, do it yourself.
Do it yourself. He's like,
I
I
got
rolled
16.
a 4. Which way you wanted to head it? Either into the building, or do you want to take it down the street?
Well, what do you guys think?
Let's go in the building first.
Which way are the tracks pointing?
They look like they walked down the street into the building.
I mean, if they came down the street into the building, they're probably here or they're dead. So I say we start with the building.
Let's follow the tracks
Okay.
to the building.
You guys will go ahead and walk into the building, still being stealthy. It is a 2-story building. You guys enter into the first story. Most of the stuff that was barricading it with different things of furniture have been moved over to the side. And it looks like it was slid over. You guys can see drag marks that are sort of scraped into the floor. But as you guys get in, you guys can hear very muffled talking on the second floor. You guys can't understand the language, but you can at least hear that a conversation is being had upstairs.
Real quiet to like Thrawn. Be like, hey, you want to go pick that out?
I don't. You should though.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, bye.
Bye, love you. Make a choice.
Are you sure you want to go alone?
I'm much quieter than you are, you big stompy ass.
I'm
It's
listening.
occurring to me now that the problem I brought up before of staying, which is that we don't speak the language, was never really handled, and now we're here, and this is what we're gonna have to do. So
Yeah,
everybody,
pretty much.
use your skills and help us.
Without saying anything, I'm just gonna be behind Denver. When he walks and tries to go sneak, I'm just sneaking right behind him.
Okay. You guys walk up to the second floor.
As sneakily as I possibly can be.
Yes.
I just love
I
that
would-
Ian didn't even question. He's like, yeah, Lotto sticks with me. That's fine.
Uh,
I can't get you to stay anywhere. So
stay. That's what they've really been working on in their downtime.
yeah, you're teaching me sign language. I'm teaching you basic obedience school stuff.
Roll
I
over.
am not a pet. I might have fur.
Puppy school.
Oh boy.
Be in the corner.
As you guys
Be
head
on the
to
map.
the second floor, it is no longer muffled by the distance, but you guys do hear that a conversation is being had. Denver, you do recognize this group of people. It is smaller than what they had yesterday, but it is just the pack of the individuals who everyone was looking to. So this would be the Ironhide.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But you can see that one individual that was taller than really everyone else in the pack is sort of talking, and sort of everyone else is just sort of paying attention and listening.
I'm gonna turn around to Otto. Hey, bud. Do you remember Ironhide, the one that are like, are they the mean ones or the ones that keep to themselves? I cannot remember. I am fucked up on radiation right now.
I have no excuse.
We were the best ones for this mission. 210%. All right, Lego. I'm gonna head back downstairs.
You guys sneak back downstairs.
So when we get back down there to the group, all right, gang. Good news and bad news. Good news, it's the dudes from yesterday. Bad news, I don't remember if they're the real mean ones or if they're like the gatherers or what.
Well, the Flocka from this town were the Ironhide, and they were the civilized ones.
Okay, cool. Then we shouldn't have a problem because it's those dudes.
I think that's correct.
They may
Anyone
not
else
be
remember?
too willing to help us out, but they are definitely the most civilized of the packs or houses.
All right, cool. So, Cap, what's the play here? We know they're up there. Are we gonna just walk up there and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Y'all won't gang up?" Or do we leave them alone? Like, what? This is kind of why we came here.
In the 18 hours, did we happen to learn the language?
Any of it?
No one took the time to.
There's
we
no
tried.
infosphere.
There's no info.
Yeah, there's no info
Yeah,
sphere to be able to.
Great. Everybody, wait right here. If I die, go on without me, and I'll walk in.
Wait,
I'm gonna follow behind.
I said, wait here.
I'm gonna let you take like 5 steps, and then I'm gonna like just fall into step behind you, like you.
don't you need a translator?
I'm just gonna grab Rick's on the way by. Come on.
Under their breath, yeehaw.
Absolutely.
And I'll stand watch, and if whenever the coast is clear, just cover our tracks again.
Tita. Got it.
As you guys head upstairs, um, the main individuals notices you guys walk up the stairs, and they all sort of stand right. And when they stand tall, they're roughly about 6.5, 7 foot tall, and they sort of widen their shoulders a little bit, just make themselves look big, and they sort of fan out like a pack does, not like massively like putting holes in it, but they stand in a sort of like a U formation. Definitely know that, hey, we know you're here. As the head one looks you up and down, Thrawn, and sort of just watches.
Terrifying.
You see he smirks a little bit. What'd you say? Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Do you speak any common?
Yes.
He said yes.
This is my... Holy shit, Rex, what did you get up here? This is my translator. We're here to help. We heard you were in charge.
You heard it right.
Do you have a plan, or is there something you need from us, or I'm hoping we can just all survive together, seeing as how the swarm is terrifying?
We're discussing a plan. We don't have one fully yet, but the swarm, what should you call them? Our pack can't take them out alone. And I will not put my people at risk. We will survive.
You will not put your people at risk. I'm not sure what that means.
Swarm.
That means you're going to run and hide, and you're not going to try and team up with the other packs on the world.
Other packs. A bunch of cowards ran as soon as they got the chance.
That seems problematic.
For trying to fight the swarm as a group, yes, very much so.
Fighting the swarm as a group is problematic?
The fact that they ran away like cowards back to their homes with the tail between their legs is problematic.
Yeah. That is problematic. Do you see a world in which you all actually come together to fight? Or do we just need to run?
Once upon a time, I would believe it. The different packs have been distant for quite some time. But we will help you if you can bring everyone together. Whatever your plan is. Obviously, I need to still keep up appearances. Someone in charge here. But whatever your plan is, the Ironhides will support it.
Great. I need someone, either you or somebody from your group here, to sit down with some of my people and just go over if we could get a rundown on each of the cultures and societies, leaders, anything that you think would be helpful in order to accomplish this task as far as information about the other groups go, we're going to want that information. And secondly, if you have a way we could get some sort of transportation, we have a mechanic and a pilot that can make it happen. We just need a working ship. We even have a ship that we could just use working like parts for.
He sort of, and as he looks to the different people in his pack, the people begin to sort of like stand down a little bit, but he stays standing tall. We can do that. As far as transportation goes, there may be a few craft that still work, but with the EMP, I'm not 100% sure.
Point us in the right direction. That'll be first thing we do after we write down some of this information.
To the south, there's looks like a garage of vehicles that will be able to fit all of you. Most of them will be exterior. It's a large collection vehicle used to collect rocks and stuff like that from the mining operation. None of them will be radioactive, but it's going to be cold for some of the people that are stuck outside. It only seats 3 inside. That being said, I did see a large group of swarm head that way to the south of the city.
How large is large?
Have you seen the
Muffin Man?
No, not the Muffin Man. They have like they almost look like large insect dogs. I think they were a scouting party.
Sure.
Well, there was a group of about 8 of those, and 2 that were bipedal. Had weapons, guns.
Okay.
Heading south. I'm not sure if they're looking at scavengers or if they're execution parties, but something to be on your eyes out for. But one of those, if your mechanic and pilot are as good as you say they are, they should be able to fix it up as long as the EMP didn't. If they weren't running, I should say, whenever the EMP went off, they might still be salvageable.
Okay.
In trade, I was hoping you might be able to help clear some swarm out here of a building. This is most of my council, but I did have to leave a large part of my pack stuck in a building. If you could go retrieve them.
Are you going to get the ship for us then?
No, it's on the way. They know where we're holed up here, but there's a group on the way that if you could free them, once this is taken care of, we will go and be able to pay you in some way. Fix your ship. Or if we can't fix your ship, if it's beyond repair, we can get you back to where you come from.
You know what we could really use is we are not native to this planet, and we get real cold without our armor on, and we only have so many hours of environmental protection. So if you have, as a native of this planet, know something more that we don't that could help us, or a portable charging station or something like that that could aid us in keeping our body temperature up, that would be ideal.
And Vlocky he looks almost puzzled and begins to look to the council surrounding him. Begins having a conversation in Vlocka with.
Can I sense motive on that conversation?
Yeah. It will have a bit of a DC, but not too crazy, just because you can't fully understand. You get some from body language, but
21.
21. Definitely willing to help, especially if it means helping his people. He's just trying to figure out if there's any technology that could think of that would have either survived the EMP or something that they don't exactly know, or that he's just not aware of, as he just sort of survives here based off the fur.
Yeah.
He.
I was like low key hoping they'd be like, yeah, here's a jacket, and that would be it. But
they
I also
go ahead.
I just had a funny picture in my head that we got back from this mission of fighting Storm and he handed us a lighter. But
He's just like, got it.
Fire, bitch. Like,
okay, thanks. One of them sort of speaks up a little bit. He goes, please, one moment. And he sort of like turns around, and as you get a closer look now, you can tell that on the walls were tapestries that were destroyed. And it becomes more apparent that this looks like it might be more of an official place for like a government official.
town hall type of thing.
Exactly. And he goes over to the wall, and you see a keypad sort of pops out. And he sort of takes a deep breath and begins to enter keys on the keypad. Unfortunately, it doesn't open. He looks over to two individuals and nod towards the door as they begin to pry open the door. And you see part of the wall sort of folds in, like pushes and folds in, as it almost looks not like a full armory, but definitely has a couple of weapons as well as a couple other different things inside. They go ahead and each one, they hand over two items. They each hand you one, and it looks sort of familiar. It is a metal box that's roughly about 3 feet long, and maybe about 4 inches in both directions. But you do see that there's a flap on one of the sides. This portable charging station, if you can save my people on goodwill, I will give you both of these so you can charge your suits. But other than that, unfortunately, we sort of have adapted to the cold, and there's not really much that, I mean, even in my lifetime, I've always had the dome over the city, so even if it was cold, we weren't affected by it.
Okay. Sounds like you've got yourself a deal. Just point us in the direction, and um, I'll have my other folks come up here and sort of strategize with you about a good battle plan. Especially if you have the layout of the building that you know that they're in, then I think Domino and Otto would love to see that.
Um, for items stat wise,
Maybe Freedom 11. I haven't pecked down your roll
your
yet.
skills.
Lots of things.
Just to let everyone sort of for like carrying and stuff like that. It is a bulk 2 item, and it will go ahead and restore. I forget. Is environmental protection? That's just charge per hour, right?
I think so. I think it's 1 hour per hour.
1 hour per hour? You mean one? Oh, okay, 1 hour per hour.
A 1-to-1, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
I can double check.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind double checking that. But it is 1 hour, whatever the charge rate is for the armor, but it is 2 bulk. And it will have, before they need the actual charger will need recharged, it will be able to charge each one will be able to charge either 7 pieces of items or 7 days worth of charge before it needs to be recharged again.
It's a minute per day. So if you have level 1 armor, it'll take 1 minute to fully charge.
Okay. So you have 7 hours worth of charge on each, or no, 7 days worth of charge on each one. So you have plenty of time. So whatever you guys need to do. But
Sweet. I'm carrying. Sorry.
They go ahead and hand those over to whoever wants to hold them. I don't know what your guys' bag looks like and stuff like that, or what your strength is. But
I'll take one of them.
I can take one.
Okay.
Thank the Lord, because I am at my limit.
Yeah. I'm currently carrying 0 bulk because everything I'm carrying is listed as light, and I have like less than what it takes for
You have
multiple
less than 10?
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 10 light items to make 1 bulk.
Yeah.
And I have 5. So
Well,
I can
you're
take
playing
2
Skyrim.
bulk.
Is that including your armor, by the by?
Yeah, my armor is listed as light.
Yeah, second skin is only light.
Cool,
And
well.
Freebooter 1 is listed as light too.
That's insane.
I'm pretty
So
much
just
to
like-
my capacity right now.
Okay.
But I don't need it anyway.
Okay.
I also have a charge cloak, so
Oh,
you
that's
know,
true. You do
we
have a
can
charge
add
cloak.
4 charges per day to something.
And that's also works on anyone who has laser weapons as well. It will charge batteries, so it does not just charge clothes, but also will charge batteries. Yes. If you want to send your military tacticians forward, I can go ahead and sort of give them a layout of the room, and we can discuss.
I'm just gonna say military tacticians assemble, and I'm gonna see who.
Who shows up?
Yeah, it's
I'm
whoever.
pretty sure that Otto and I show up.
I show up just to draw like the map.
In your notebook. I like it.
I'm like
What are you all
military
doing here?
tacticians. Like they think it's one person. It's just the whole.
The whole team just
Yeah.
sort of shows up.
The whole
Yeah, we're
team
all
is
here.
just like,
It's like, all right, we're
This is-
here.
when I wish I still had just a little bit of space weed left, so I could just rock up like smoking a J, just like, hey, what's going on? I'm here to plan out your battle.
We don't have friends. We have family.
We're
Oh,
family.
boy.
We have
the
family.
quick and the upset. That's us.
Yes. He does look around. Okay. So it's down the street, 8 blocks, you'll see, what was it, 12, or, I don't, it may be damaged, but it was a 12-story building. Once you go 8 blocks, it's on the right side. They were holed up on the 4th floor. And he looks around. I'm going to give you something so they don't shoot you on sight. I expect it back. And he goes ahead, opens up his bag, and pulls out a canine tooth on a string and hands it to you, Thrawn.
Letting everybody know.
This
Badass. Shark
this
tooth.
is
It's a shark tooth, guys.
my father's. Do not lose it. You show that to them, they will know who sent you. They will not shoot you.
Got it.
Please make sure it is visible before walking into view. Do not walk up, then show. There are a couple of windows that were broken out to allow for concealed gunfire on the 4th floor. Go there. Let them know it is safe. You don't have to bring them back. Just make sure that they get out of the building safe. That's all.
Can do.
I guess the what do we call you?
The
Call me Thrawn.
Revengers.
I meant as a group.
The flirty and the dirty.
God, we have
I
been
don't-
shit at this from day one.
I don't like that name. Now, Domino, that's a great name for anything that's other than us. The Flirty and the Dirty's a
The
band I was in high
Thronketeers.
school.
We could be the Thronketeers.
The Thronketeers.
Yeah, I like that. You can call us the Thronketeers.
The Vincer Pinchers.
You're about.
You know what?
Vencer
about it.
Pincers.
Think about it.
Yeah, we're gonna need some time to workshop it.
Yeah, you can't just
we've
spray it
never-
on us.
We've never been in charge of stopping an invasion before, so
Well, Vesk Team 6.
No,
well, I'm.
it
You just call
sounds-
me Thrawn Vencer. This is my group, the Caddyshack Gang.
Hey,
Thrawn Vencer
honestly,
and the
I
Caddyshack
kind of
Gang.
love that. Hold on. Thrawn Vencer and the Caddyshack Gang sounds like we're about to hold up a bank. Like, there's something
Yeah.
kind of Wild West and cool about that shit.
All right, I
If we
say-
would hold up a bank, it'd be a country club with all the golf carts.
Yeah.
We already have a
We
gopher.
we can race that shit. I'll race any one of you in a golf cart any damn day. I'm off topic. I'm sorry, y'all.
Also, just keep in mind, at metagame, if I have to submit a group name, I need to not get fined.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but also remember that my character is based off of
I'm aware.
Sean Spencer, and so I'm gonna give you a different name every single time.
I'm aware. Just as we're
No.
workshopping.
I am 125,000% here for Thrawn Vencer and the Caddyshack Gang.
It was good.
That's a great one.
As you guys,
Caddyshack's got to be free use by now, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
But
Straight up public
Caddyshack's
domain.
like a
It's a
It's
word.
just a
Alright.
term in general.
Yeah.
It's just a movie, yeah. It's just
the phrase
Fine.
has evolved from what it once was.
Are we sure? Can we We
That's
have
fair
researched
use,
on that.
Yeah, if they sue you, I will take care of it.
Oh,
Let's get legal
you
on
said it
this.
here.
Hey, I am well versed in bird law. Okay,
I've got
I will.
a shredder, and we'll just pretend we never got any documents.
That seems also illegal.
Plus, we're way past 80%, and it'd be fine.
It'd be fine.
Anyway,
Fair use. It's fine.
This is transformative in nature. We're fine.
Yeah.
you guys begin to head out to your next destination. You guys still have roughly 2 hours and 45 minutes before the sun begins to come up. And that is where we will go ahead and call it for this evening. Side note, Sunny did decide to stay behind and rest because she did have, some severe abdominal injuries with a sharp piece of metal going through. So she did go ahead and stay behind. Kali is with you. So that way we just know for next time. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Awesome episode. We're going to go ahead and first thank the people that help make our dream a reality. Paizo, for partnering with us. Thank you guys so much. All the shout outs, everything. It is fantastic. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go to paizo.com. Check out all the merch, all the books, especially the Tech Revolution that just came out, customizable vehicles, and a bunch of other cool stuff, including mechs. Hello? Yes, Ian, you had to say something, Seth? You're muted? You thought you were just off? All right, not important. So really cool stuff over there to check out. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out that. Thrawn, if you want to go ahead and kick off our shout-out wheel, you can go ahead and give yourself that shout-out.
What's up, everybody? I'm Thrawn Vents, earlier the Caddyshack Gang. I stream sometimes over at twitch.tv/Stonefeld Analyzes. I analyze League of Legends. I've been working with an amateur esports organization called Area of Effect, AOE Esports. They have a bunch of League of Legends teams, and I'm working on collecting some data. They're actually trying to get some of their players placed into Academy or LCS teams, and so they're running in-houses, and I am managing the data collection for that. So you can check them out at aoeesports.com.
Beautiful. Next up, we got Otto.
Hi. I stream almost every Friday as best I can, depending on how my internet helps. I mostly play FPSs. Tomorrow I'll be playing with a group of guys a game that I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'll find out later. We were thinking Destiny 2, but that only allows for groups of 3. There are 4 of us, so awkward.
You can play Gambit. You're fine.
We even won Gambit with me.
That is $60.
So make sure to go check out JJ over at JRobin7X over on Twitch. And last but not least, Ian, go ahead and give you that shout out since your mic's working now.
Suddenly my mic's working. I don't know what the hell happened with that. I think Bruce muted me on purpose.
I saw that.
The conspiracy starts here. # justice for Ian. That's where we're going right now because I will not be silenced, Bruce.
I don't know what happened.
Anyway, hello, my name is Ian. You can find me over at twitch.tv/IanFlux. I'm Ian Flux across most social medias as well. But come hang out with me on days that I'm live. On Wednesdays, I am a part of a podcast called Journey into Mystery, where me and my buddy Mitch go through all of the non-MCU Marvel movies. We've already been through the entire MCU, and we're just waiting for new ones to come out. So everything outside of that, we started with the 70s Spider-Man, made for TV Spider-Man, and it was not good. And we are all the way up into the Blade era, which is my favorite. People say what they say about the Blade movies. They're fantastic. Even Triple H is great in the third one. I will go to dirt saying that. Anyway, come hang out, come check us out. It's a good time. Mitch is also the dude who runs Geek Elite Media. So geekelitemedia.com, go check him out. Tons of podcasts. It's a great podcast network. Anything that you could want to listen to as far as like nerd culture stuff, movies, TV shows, video games, music, retro movies, whatever it is. We're on Geek Elite Media. Like, We Run the Stars is on Geek Elite Media, so go find us there. It's a good time. But this also comes out in podcast form, but I'll let Donnie talk to you about that. geekelitemedia.com. Don't forget to geek out.
Speaking of Donnie. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I was like, and? Yep. Catch us on whatever podcast service you listen to podcasts, whether that be Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Uploaded every Monday.
Indeed. And this will be uploaded to our YouTube, which is going to be youtube.com/jbrews11. That'll be done at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. We will have a premiere of it where myself and possibly some of the cast members will come and hang out and talk about random shenanigans that happen in the episode. So be there for that. Shortly after the podcast will be released, and then that is your midweek We Run the Stars kick for you guys. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Last thing for the announcements, November 6th, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. on November 7th, we will be doing our yearly 24-hour stream for Extra Life, helping Riley Children's Hospital here. It is going to be a very good time. We will have an extra show of We Run the Stars going on later on that night, as well as other tabletop shows that will be going on, and board games, video games, sort of a little bit of everything. 100% of proceeds go to charity, so make sure you guys go ahead and be around for that. It is going to be a very, very fun time. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We're going to go ahead and see you guys next week with more We Run the Stars. I will not be streaming this weekend. I am going camping this weekend and will be away from my PC, and it will be wonderful. So, see you guys on Monday. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.